Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is the Raptor, and today we're going to be watching the newest episode of Death Battle that just came out. Dante from Devil May Cry versus Clive Rossfield from Final Fantasy of the 16th variety. I think there are a number of reasons to be really excited for this episode. For one thing, these are two really badass characters with really flashy abilities. I think it's just going to be awesome to learn more about them and see them in a physical death battle. And also, this is the first time that Dante has returned to the show in nearly 10 years at this point, so that's pretty cool. And also, this is the episode that Torian, one of the old 3D animators for Death Battle, has returned for. So I'm really excited to see what he's been cooking up with this one, because I really enjoyed his animations when he was working on Death Battle. So the fact that he's back for one is really, really awesome. Now, in terms of who I'm rooting for this, I think it has to be Dante. I've known Dante for longer. I mean, I think everyone's known Dante for longer. Clive is very recent. But also, Devil May Cry was one of the series that Death Battle got me interested in with Dante versus Bayonetta, so he holds a special place in my heart, especially in the context of Death Battle, so I think I have to root for him here. He's awesome, right? Like, everyone loves Dante. In terms of who I think is going to win, that's a lot tougher. I think that's really going to depend on what Death Battle buys for the character's stats, and also what they uncover in terms of specific counters and resistances. Right now, I'm inclined to side with Dante just a little more, because I think he's just a little more uncounterable. But again, it depends on what Death Battle finds. If they find that, Clive has a lot of good counters for Dante's abilities and defenses, and he also scales higher enough, high enough to beat him, then yeah, I think Clive has a really good shot at winning. But I think this is one of those battles where I really just need to sit back and listen to what Death Battle says before I can make any final judgments. So without further ado, let's get to watching. Alright, let's go.
Dante versus Clive.
DMC's Devil Hunter versus Final Fantasy's Shield of Rosaria. He's
very well said.
Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to
find out who would win a death battle. Alright, let's go.
It's a dangerous world out there.
This battle covers spoilers for Devil May Cry 5. Yeah, fair enough.
For power. And every day brings a
Can we get Hellboy versus Nero, please?
This world may seem like the end, but for a devil hunter like Dante, it's party time. Who'd expect anything less?
I still haven't seen the anime, by the way. I've heard it's not very good.
Thousands of years ago, woke up to justice and sealed away the demon lord Mundus.
But then Sparta mysteriously died, and his wife got iced by some demons, leaving Dante and his brother Virgil separated.
Orphans again.
Gone family,
not them, but just in pop culture.
And set up a business dedicated to
and Dante's always fun
demons,
in the face of anything, really.
Blood of Sparta running through him, he's the best in the business.
By harnessing his own demonic energy, Dante bolsters his speed, power, and durability, letting him block kaiju-sized punches, move faster than a meteor.
The May and Zero May Cry.
Unstoppable force of nature. As long as he has the energy, he can heal from getting shot, stabbed, sliced through. Basically anything.
As long as he has the energy. I mean, fair. Interesting they make note of that, though.
Complete without an arsenal, and Dante's got one hell of a sword left by his dad.
Rebellion, yeah.
Plus ebony and ivory, two magic pistols with endless ammo clips, and they say the perfect
some of his, weapons I know the specific names for. Some of them I definitely don't, though.
Stranger.
Like King Cerberus, a shapeshifter.
Yeah, look at all those names.
Cavalier.
Oh, he's got Ifrit as well.
That are also a motorcycle. Balrog. Fiery fisticuffs for boxing and capoeira. And Navan. Guitar.
Electric guitar. Yeah.
There's also Lucifer, a backpack.
I remember learning about a ton of these in his previous Death Battle.
Actually, we never see how he beat Lucifer.
Yeah, someone's a badass when they off-screened the actual devil. There's my fave, Dr.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
A sentient hat that turns Dante into basically Orville Peck. Oh, and shoots crystallized demon blood.
Dante needed this and much more when he got a warm welcome from the brother he thought was dead. And
hi, Virgil.
Fate, Virgil was alive, but went down a very different path.
While Dante was partying, Virgil studied the blade, seeking the power.
I mean, Dante still keeps up with him most of the time.
Meant killing his own brother.
Yeah, maybe not that time.
Close to doing in their first meeting.
But the defeat only spurred.
It came close to killing as well.
He learned to
I'm wondering what kind of emphasis they're going to put on his healing and defense.
And double team foes with Doppelganger.
With a slick
lots of cool
pose
styles.
and the right timing, he can royal guard dang near anything. Then use the absorbed energy to armor up as a dreadnought.
And then
absorbing energy.
Devil Trigger. a super form Dante achieves through his supernatural power.
Yep.
By tapping into his inner demon, Dante can fly and gains an enormous boost in speed and power.
And the other devil trigger
Naturally,
forms as
his
well.
rematch with Virgil went very differently, and
Right.
that was far from Dante's peak.
When Mundus got up to his old tricks, Dante battled
Yep,
the
we're
demon
talking about
lord in a
this.
vast sea of stars, a universe Mundus created on a whim.
Essentially,
Even later,
yeah.
Dante one-shot a stronger alternate future Mundus who had completely merged with the demon world.
So he's kind of
So
a big
that's-
deal.
that's even more
Literally,
outright.
Mundus became a living universe just for Dante to shoot him in the face.
Then there's Argosax, a god so astronomically intense he had the power of every other demon in existence, a divine deity of the sun that Dante
Of the
also shot in the face.
Oh, that
Okay.
guy. I completely forgot about him.
Funny,
Basically
so
just
did
combining
Dante.
all the demons
Despite
together.
how powerful Argosax was, he was just an insignificant Tuesday to Dante.
So it's
I mean, that's
safe to
crazy
say
to
Dante
think
had
about.
become the strongest around. But no amount of style, pizza, or wahoos could fill the hole in his heart. Sure,
Aw.
Virgil was a power-hungry weeb, but he was still his bro.
Yeah.
Beneath Dante's antics, killing the last of his family kinda messed him up.
Until he learned his family wasn't as gone as he thought.
Right.
It turns
Virgil was
out
still
he had a
well, there's
nephew,
Nero.
Nero, who Dante
But Virgil
would
was
help
also
get with the
still
family
alive.
business in his own unconventional way.
And for dead weight, Nero was pretty badass. Even helping Dante take on the so-called Demon King Urizen.
Yes,
Nero's
Urizen.
Devil Breaker arm can fire light-speed lasers that Dante and Virgil have dodged.
Dante and Virgil can already dodge lasers in their
1.29
base forms, but when
times.
charged with enough demonic energy, they can outright blitz beams over 11 times faster than light.
Nero
Okay.
even survived getting melted down while inside a living statue. It's a long story.
And that's the same sort of regeneration that Dante has.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning he
If
can
not-
survive
if not even
being
better.
turned into a puddle.
So Dante was ready when Virgil somehow returned. Again.
Somehow Palpatine
And an
returned.
apocalyptic demon tree for what else? More power.
With the entire world now on the line, Dante had to get serious and fully embrace his human and demon sides alike by stabbing himself.
Yep.
Holy shit, Dante has been impaled so much, he decided to make it how he powers up.
Yeah.
So he got his greatest weapon,
like he's gotta be
Devil
used to
Sword
it by this
Dante,
point.
and became Sin Devil
There we go,
Trigger.
yeah, the big
This
one.
is Dante's demon energy at its peak. He can fire lasers with Loose, obliterate with the fires of judgment.
Jesus
and
Christ, that
surpass
looks
even
awesome.
The legendary Sparta.
But although Dante was totally a match for Virgil, neither of them would budge on their ideals.
No.
Both were destined to duel until one was dead forever.
But
Survive
thanks
Virgil's
to
space
Nero and
cutting,
two
that's
well-placed
important.
bitch slaps, they got some sense knocked into him.
Dante realized that if he couldn't make Virgil abandon his ways, he might as well keep an eye on him. In
Yeah.
one fell swoop,
Least
the
you
two
could do.
severed the world-spanning demon tree and prepared for a permanent departure to the underworld.
You can choose your friends, but not your family. But
Mm-hmm.
if that's what it takes to keep Virgil safe, or rather to keep the world safe from Virgil, Dante will deal with it. And all things considered, he's happy slugging it out with his bro.
Good for
Even
him.
happier than he's ever been.
Proof that as long as you have the human drive, even hell can become a paradise sweet enough that a devil may cry.
Aw, that's nice. So, pretty simple and to the point, but now we have
Sit down as tell
Clive.
the tale
And of course,
kingdom of
spoilers for Final
Rosaria
Fantasy
and its
XVI.
prince, Clive Rossfield, a man destined to be a dominant, the host
Yup.
to a mighty guardian icon.
Anybody who's a Dom can draw on magic life juice called ether, becoming a big scary monster.
And commanding the element they embody to create storms, slay armies, and split the sea.
Yeah, crazy
Dominants
looking
are
feats.
forces of nature,
No doubt about
and
that.
Clive would be the dominant of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Well, he was supposed to.
I was about to say, you know,
but
it didn't really
Big
work
Bird
out
said
that
no
way,
thanks,
but
and instead picked his
the
sick
guy
little
from
brother
Tekken
Joshua.
8.
Parents don't play favorites, but I guess ancient monsters can.
Despite
Yeah.
the rejection and
Sorry,
a deep
Clive.
loathing from his mother Annabella, Clive and Joshua were only kind to one another. Clive saw the burden his brother bore
Love the
and
brotherly
accepted
bond
his
in,
blessing
in
of the
both of
Phoenix
these
in hopes of
analyses.
becoming Joshua's shield.
Meaning he learned a bunch of magic.
Oh,
he can
yeah.
shoot fire, teleport with Phoenix Shift, and took down this beast before he was even out of puberty.
Even without magic, Clive's a capable swordsman, able to boost his speed and perception with precision dodge.
Okay.
But it wasn't enough when Annabella betrayed Rosaria for the Empire of Sanbreque.
Come on
In
now.
One night, Clive's knights, people and his own father were slaughtered before him.
Quick, someone use a phoenix down!
Those aren't in this game.
That's unfortunate. But the phoenix icon sure is.
Yeah, there is a
Just the
phoenix, so
trauma of
it's
everything
a
made
little
poor
weird, but
Joshua
yeah, no
lose
phoenix
control.
downs.
Clive
Sorry.
wanted nothing more than to help his brother, and perhaps this desire awakened the icon that was in him all along.
Ah.
The fiery beast, Ifrit.
Ifrit,
Boy,
yep.
is Ifrit a wild one. Just standing nearby will incinerate the average Joe. It can make fire
The average
barriers,
Joe, yes.
regenerate lost limbs, decimate foes with a flaming spirit bomb, and shatter a walking mountain.
The downside being Clive couldn't control it. He didn't even remember becoming Ifrit or battling the Phoenix in a fight that reduced everything he loved to cinders, leaving
So we're not getting into the
Joshua
really big
presumed
feats yet,
If that
but still
wasn't bad
impressive.
enough, dear old Ma found him the next
obviously we
day
gotta talk
and
about the
made him a
backstory.
slave to Sanbreque's army. Clive spent 13 years wallowing through life, searching for Ifrit's host for revenge, only to learn the
Whoa.
one he wanted to kill was himself.
Yeah, exactly.
This revelation hit Clive like a phantom train. Death was all he deserved for taking the lives of Joshua and so many others. Even so, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. No, not like that.
No.
Thanks to his friend Jill, the outlaw Sid, his doggo Torgal, and a very therapeutic battle with his self-hatred, Clive learned
Right.
to carry the torch for his brother, fighting the real problems plaguing his world. Crystals and racism!
In the world
Of course,
of
yes.
Valencia, prejudice is alive and well for bearers. Basically, anyone who can use magic without special crystals.
So what better way to dismantle the system than to help fellow bearers and destroy the mother crystals?
I'm just trying to make sure I, like, absorb as much information as possible.
Abilities.
Through a mysterious power that lets him absorb icons,
Yeah.
Clive took Garuda, an avian
So
with
very
sharp
similar to
flashes
Dante
and
in that
sharper
way.
talons. From Sid, he received Remove, so he could summon lightning.
From his bae Jill, he got Shiva to freeze lava and even time itself. With Titan, he can block and absorb blows with earth-shattering fists. From this dragon prince, he got Bahamut and some deadly lasers.
Bahamut is no
And through
joke.
Odin, he can slow the flow of time and slice apart the fabric of space.
Right, more space cutting.
Looks familiar.
Yeah.
With these powers, Clive stepped up to lead the bearers, and even reunited with Joshua.
Yep.
Who was alive all along. Surprise.
Clive
Alive,
spent
dead
5
brothers.
years freeing the land and became hot as hell while doing it. Well, no, not well. Yeah, that way.
I mean,
but also through
why
Ifrit.
not?
By using part of Ifrit's power, Clive can set himself aflame, activating Limit Break to boost his abilities.
But Limit Break is
Love limit
far
breaks.
from Clive's limit. After absorbing the Phoenix essence from Joshua, he became Ifrit Risen.
Yeah.
Now fully in control of the monster that had tormented him.
Very good.
He embraced his role as a shield for his brother and friends.
Just in time
I
to
fight for
battle
my
in
friends.
space, block a planet-wiping blast, and overpower this dragon at the speed of light.
That's no exaggeration.
Okay.
Ifrit Risen is literally stated to move at light speed. Not surprising when Clive has intercepted lasers over 3 times faster than that. And overpowered
Impressive.
Omega, a god-slaying weapon that can destroy, and I quote, all of creation.
But what made Clive strong enough to do all this? You know, besides the majestic man cleavage.
Turns out
Sure.
Clive's birth was orchestrated. He was intended to become the vessel of Ultima, an
Yeah.
ancient, all-powerful being that created humanity, but abandoned them after they developed free will.
Meaning everything that happened was the fault of one person. God, the bastard! But Clive wouldn't be a puppet. If God was in the way of humanity's freedom, then God was gonna die.
Easier said
Good,
than done.
I
Oh
guess.
shit!
Ultima was stronger than anyone Clive had faced, able to warp all of reality to create a universe.
Yep.
But Clive had a secret not even Ultima foresaw. Over his journey, he developed a special state of mind, Logos.
AKA someone powered by human will and the bonds of consciousness with others. Okay, that sounds like anime friendship.
It
crap,
is.
But trust me, it made Clive a badass who could surpass his limits.
Well, a
getting
lot of them
stronger
are
over
still
the
make you
course of
badass,
just
yeah.
one fight.
So much so that, despite struggling against Ultima initially, by the end of the fight, Clive took out Ultimalius, a more powerful amalgamation of Ultima and his entire species, all while Clive
Entire
was in
species.
his base form.
Ultima literally became
Base
Ultima
form.
Squared, but Clive still kicked his ass. Using his bonds with his brother, his friends, and his unbridled will, Clive killed God in a giant 999,999 damage punch. Okay, so it really
How do we
was
scale
the power of
that?
friendship after all. Man, this guy's got a future in shonen.
Well, except we don't really know what happened to Clive. Whether he lived or died, though, doesn't really matter. It was his journey and the world he created that made his life meaningful.
Good for
Clive's
him.
dream of a future
As long
where
as you have
everyone
meaning
can live and
somewhere,
die on
right?
their own terms
That's what's
had
important.
become a reality.
And his stories were written up in a book by a certain Joshua Rosfield, which he titled Final Fantasy.
Very nice.
All right, the
Okay, so now I gotta talk about
and we
this.
run the data through all possibilities.
It's
Time for a death battle.
battle!
And let's pause the video. Okay, so let's think about this. So the first thing I'm looking at right now is just overall power. And it seems like they are analyzing them in very similar ways, which is kind of what I expected. It's like both of them would be, well, first of all, they'd be stronger in their super forms, like Sin Devil Trigger and Ifrit Risen state. But they also, you know, they've both defeated characters who can create universes, but then have also gotten way stronger than that. So it's hard to say who's stronger by how much, by the amount as well. I didn't really get anything about their cosmologies either, so it's hard to say exactly. And they said, like, you know, the super form for Ultima had, like, the power of, like, all of the beings or whatever it was, and for that one other demon in Devil May Cry, it's like stronger than all the other demons combined, or you know what I mean? Like, very similar things here, but I'm sure there is a discrepancy. They might just equate them more or less, but like, I'm sure even if by like the smallest amounts, there has to be some kind of discrepancy between those two. I'm just not sure what it would be yet. Maybe Clive would be a bit stronger, but again, like, I might be reading into nothing by saying that, so it's difficult to say. In terms of speed, it's not that far apart, but at least for what they said, Dante would be faster. Because they said that at full energy, or, you know, at best or whatever, or as, you know, maximum potential, whatever it was, that he could blitz like 11 point something times the speed of light. Blitzing it, mind you. So that would be significantly faster than that. And the best thing I think we got for Clive was the thing that was a little over 3 times the speed of light. Maybe there are more feats they're going to bring up later, but at least based on that, it seems like Dante would have a bit of a speed advantage. Now, in terms of everything else, the one thing that really stood out to me at the beginning of Dante's analysis was the fact that they said that he uses his own demonic energy, and that as long as he has the energy, he can heal from basically anything. That's a little weird, I think, to put in the analyses if it wasn't going to be important. You know what I mean? Like, why would you need to specify that he uses his own demonic energy? Like, I think that kind of goes without saying, wouldn't you say? So the fact that they said specifically so long as he has the energy, I'm wondering then, are they pulling on a string that allows Clive to, you know, weaken Dante of his energy, and then he can't heal from all those things, right? Like, I guess it's possible. They did talk about how Virgil nearly killed him, so maybe they're just going like that Clive would be able to wear him down long enough. I'm still not sure, you know, if I can think of like a really surefire way that Clive would be able to really get past Dante's healing. Unless they're trying to say that Dante is close enough to an icon that Clive could literally just absorb him. Although then you're trying to equate, like, what? Magical energy with demonic energy? I don't know if I would make that equivalency myself, personally. So that's hard to say. And they both have a ton of powers and ton of, you know, a large arsenal. I would still say Dante's is bigger. The thing is, like, I want to say that Dante, if he's strong enough, he should be able to kill Clive. Clive had some really good healing as well, don't get me wrong, but it seems like he would still have an easier time just because of that healing. But of course, they could just say, like, oh, well, no, Clive was actually so much stronger that he would be able to wear down, you know, Dante's energy. But then Dante can also absorb energy with Royal Guard, so it's hard to say. I think I'll still side with Dante for the time being, but, like, I kind of wanted more, like, concrete things. Like, the most concrete thing I have right now is just that Dante's a little faster based on the numbers that they gave, right? That's, like, the most concrete thing I have. Maybe there was some specific lore or some specific, you know, I don't want to say calculation, but like description of the universes that actually make this really obvious. Like, oh, well, Clive actually did this much, so therefore he's stronger than Dante who did this much, or the other way around. Like, that's totally possible. But right now, I'm thinking, I don't know, but I'm still going to side with Dante. If Clive wins, though, I will not be surprised at all. I gotta hear it to put all the pieces together, you know what I mean? But I'm still really excited for this battle, so let's watch it. For some reason, I feel more nervous than usual. It just feels like it could tip either way, depending on how you look at things.
Hey, I heard your fiery friend is causing trouble.
Oh, is that right?
The business of dealing with trouble.
I mean, fair enough, I guess.
Leave now. I have a god to kill. The last thing that will stop me is a demon.
Well, we'll see about that. Looks really cool so far. Lots of colors. Ooh! Very dynamic camera. Love to see it. Oh! Rock and roll. I'm still rooting for Dante, to be clear. I would like to see him win, but we'll see. He's pulling out a bunch of his stuff really early. Track sounds nice too. Come on, yeah, he can moonwalk through lightning. Oh! You ruined his show! Ouch! Holy crap, yeah! Oh! Always just need a bigger gun.
In the shadows anymore, Smokey.
Yeah, come on, Dante's. Keep him busy.
Time to see the light.
And yeah, okay, kind of got him. Ooh! I always love the speed of Torian's fights, you know? You gotta get the motorcycle in there.
What the hell is that?
This looks like a Final Fantasy boss setting. Oh yeah, so fast you can't even tell what's happening.
Virgil's got some competition.
The time manipulation might be in Clive's favor, but we'll see. Ouch! You okay, Clive?
Still holding out on me? Let's see what your monster can really do. So the devil cries for more.
You gotta unleash it, bro.
Everything we've got. Joshua!
Joshua! Here we go. This is it. This is what we need. Look at that, man. Holy crap, that's hardcore. This just looks like a cinematic at this point. Holy crap.
I won't underestimate you.
Okay, regenerate. I have no idea what's gonna Mash, come on! Come on, Dante. You can do this. I think, maybe. Oh. Was that really necessary? Maybe it was. Come on, guys, get back up. Ouch. Uh-oh. Clive doesn't seem to be in as good shape.
Please, just once. I need more. It's been a bash, Smokey.
Is it now?
I need Ifrit!
Oh! We might not be done. Oh, crap!
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, does he just incinerate him? Okay.
After a fight like this, God'll be nothing.
Okay. I mean, I think I missed something then. I gotta get all this.
A whole nother another level of
I thought it was over, to be honest. They really got me.
This was not an easy call to make.
Absolutely
Dante
not.
and Clive matched each other so closely, it was hard finding a definitive advantage either had. This is best explained through 3 categories, starting with stats.
Yeah.
Both Dante and Clive could easily beat up universe-busting threats.
Yep.
Mundus and Ultimalius could create universes at a whim, and Dante and Clive defeated them sans their own super forms. Dante and Clive could both consistently intercept lasers at faster-than-light speeds.
And Dante could always amp up with demon juice to briefly outspeed Clive
Oh, it's
anyway.
more
But Clive
brief
could
than that?
match
Okay.
by boosting his own speed and reflexes through precision dodge. Both
So it's
were
gonna be a
so
tie.
beyond the pale that neither could definitively overpower
Okay,
the other.
I
Still,
see that.
Given their crazy powers, you'd think one of their abilities would break the deadlock.
Not so much. Dante and Clive could generally match each other blow for blow, be it to teleport, slow down time, flash freeze the other, block and absorb hits,
Yeah,
etc.
a lot of
And
similar
Dante could
things.
survive the intense flames of Ifrit. He's dealt with heat like that before.
Yep.
Though Clive did not have a perfect match against Doppelganger, he did have more methods of manipulating time, both more reliable and abusable, in addition to defensive measures like Ifrit's barrier to fall back on to outlast powers like Doppelganger.
But
I
their
see.
super forms evened out. Any edge Clive could get from, say, Limit Break or Ifrit Risen, Dante could match with Devil Trigger or Sin Devil Trigger.
In the end, both have answers to most of each other's powers, making
Another
it
one of those
still
abilities where it's just
anyone's
tie
win.
after
Which
tie
is
until
why
the
it came
end.
down to one major factor: endurance. Just how long could these
See,
two
I would have
keep
expected
at
that to
it?
go to
While
Dante,
Dante's
to be
super forms
honest.
could undoubtedly keep up with Clive's, there is an emphasis in story and gameplay that they expend a lot of demonic energy.
The longest Dante has battled in Devil Trigger against someone his equal is about 6 minutes, and abilities like Doppelganger, Quicksilver, and Sin Devil Trigger burn through it even faster.
Clive's time
Okay.
in Ifrit Risen isn't limitless either, but it can last longer, fighting for tens of minutes if necessary. But given how close this match is, it's vital. If Ifrit Risen catches Dante outside of Devil Trigger, it's over.
I know what you're thinking. Dante's crazy tough. His healing factor's way better than
Well, I definitely
Clive's.
want to hear
Clive
their
can
answer to
regen
this,
luck,
yes.
Sure, but Dante can heal from getting reduced.
Yeah,
to
definitely a
puddle.
better healing
Couldn't he
factor.
just tank Ifrit's attacks?
Well, yes, but also no. This is where context is everything. While no doubt impressive, Dante's healing has been overcome in the past because it is tied to how much energy he has.
Yeah, I
Less
had a
demonic energy
feeling.
means a less potent healing factor.
Like when he got knocked out for a month
Kinda
straight by
called it,
Urizen,
but
only surviving thanks to a
not
constant
enough.
source of demon blood. Hell, overtaxing demon regen is how Dante killed Virgil in the first place.
Even if we assume Dante could get a second wind, it's always possible Clive could get one too, becoming even stronger from pure willpower, just like when he fought Ultimalius.
So for
Okay.
as tough and persistent as Dante was, Clive
I guess
was
I
able
can-
to
I guess I can
endure
understand
just
this,
that much
yeah.
more to get the final edge. The
Good
devil
for
was
Clive.
in the details, but Clive's
Little sad to see
victory
Dante
is
die,
no
but-
fantasy.
The winner is Clive
You know, it is what it is.
Rossfield.
And now next time on Death Battle, could it perhaps be Ash versus Yugi? It's the 2025 finale. And it looks like it is. Yep, okay. We've been waiting for it for so long, man.
Subscribe
Let's show it.
and
Okay, I was about to
join
say,
us
let's
on
wait for the
see
friggin' title card. Yeah, we've been waiting for Ash Ketchum versus Yugimoto for so long, and now we're finally getting it. Yeah, I expected it to be this episode, actually, like the episode that released on this date. And this is the finale, yes, because this was on the Kickstarter, for you guys wondering why I'm not, like, you know, super excited or whatever. Like, I just kind of expected this one to be the next one because it was on the Kickstarter, and it was supposed to be episode 200, which by this next episode's point is going to be like 3 episodes ago. So I thought for sure they were going to try to release it this year. And, you know, it makes enough sense for the 2025 finale because that's going to release in December, and then I'm pretty sure they're going to be taking some kind of break between you know, this episode and then when they start their 2026 season, so to speak. It's not really season, but you can still, like, group it up that way, right? Now, there is a little bit of time left over after this episode comes out, like, in the year, so I'm almost curious if maybe they're going to try to fit in, like, Light versus Columbo, although the fact that they specifically say finale kind of makes me think this might be the last video or the last death battle that they post in this year. It just made me think, though, they're ending, like, decently early in December. Like, there would technically be enough time maybe if they want to do, like, more of a bonus thing, but I'm not going to go in expecting that or anything. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they did fit it in, but they might also put it sometime in 2026 as well. So Yeah, this basically is no surprise to me whatsoever. I'm really excited for it. This is just one of those huge matchups that you just kind of have to do at some point. And this would also be, in a sense, the 10-year anniversary of Pokemon versus Digimon, would it not? Because you have Pokemon versus Digimon that was like at the end of 2015. Now it's the end of 2025. So, you know, it just made the most amount of sense to me. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what they have in store for this one. It's going to be fun. But anyway, in terms of this battle now, Dante versus Clive. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I'm definitely going to want to rewatch the animation a few times because there was just a lot of stuff being thrown out at you. But man, like Torian, he still has it, man. This is, at least from what I've recently seen, because I rewatched some of the old Death Battles, and from what I've recently seen, like, this is almost a step up. Like, it looked like a cinematic when they were in space. Like, it was so freaking cool, and so many of the cool references they put in, the cool abilities. Like, Torian, from what I remember, is, like, he was really good at, like, fitting in as much as possible. I remember even when, like, Ben and Chad would talk about, you know, him animating, like, they would always say, like, you know, you're putting in too much, but he's like, no, but I want to add this and this. I'm going to want to add this if I, like, think about it for too long. So he's really good at, like, fitting in as much as possible. And I would definitely agree that in this one, yeah, he did try to fit in a lot of stuff for both characters, specifically Dante, but of course Clive also has a lot of cool stuff to use, and they put in a lot of that stuff too. So I'm really happy with the animation. I thought the choreography was cool, maybe a little hard to follow at some points, but again, that's kind of why I want to rewatch it, because you don't always absorb everything on the first watch through. So, you know, I'm really excited for that, to rewatch it. And in terms of the analyses, yeah, I thought the analyses were cool. The conclusion, it makes enough sense. I think it does. Like, if you're just trying to be like, well, you know, Dante's energy can be worn down like that. We've seen it be worn down like that. And Clive's, like, most powerful state lasts for longer, then yeah, I can understand it. I can understand the string that they're pulling on with that. I think there might be other ways you can interpret it, but this fight was so close from the beginning, especially with the way that they looked at their stats, that yeah, like I can understand this logic that they're using. So I have no problem with Clive winning. It is a little sad to see Dante die, but you know, that's all right. You win some, you lose some, right? And yeah, the analyses I think were well written, gave a lot of good information, a lot of story-based stuff. They went into about as much as the lore as I expected, you know, so all of that seemed pretty good. So yeah, overall, I did enjoy this episode. The animation was sick as hell, and you know, the conclusion makes enough sense to me. The analyses were well written. Death Battle doesn't really have any like outright bad episodes these days. Maybe for some, you know, you might be like, well, that one's clearly weaker than the others, but like overall, like they really don't miss anymore, right? Like in any sense of the word. So, you know, for a lot of these episodes, just like, yeah, it was good because it was really freaking good. So yeah, no, I definitely did enjoy this episode. Again, really great to have Torian back for this. It was really fun. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Who do you think should have won? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, comment your comment, subscribe if you could too. That'd be amazing. That would really help the channel out. But no matter what you do, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, that's it for me. I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.